The following program is brought to you by the Internet Broadcasting Organization. The use of any firearm without proper training in safety and firearm usage is extremely dangerous. It is highly recommended that anyone owning or using a firearm attend a certified firearms safety course and practice proper firearm procedures. The views and opinions expressed on the K-Gun Show are those of the individuals and does not reflect the views and opinions of the K-Gun Show or Talkwatch Studios. Straight from Talkwatch Studios in beautiful sunny Tampa, Florida, this is the K-Gun Show. The Second Amendment needs our voice. We bring you the latest information about all firearms while revisiting some of the true classics in the industry. We are NRA certified instructors, and as always, safety and education is our first priority. The K-Gun Show is brought to you by R&R Firearms. R&R Firearms is a retail store located in St. Petersburg, Florida, giving our customers the time and education they need to make buying a firearm a safe and easy transaction. R&R Firearms also provides NRA training courses. Stop by our store in St. Petersburg, Florida at 1411 16th Street North or visit our website at www.rrfirearms.com. That's rrfirearms.com.
Good evening. It is 8 p.m. on Wednesday, and my name is Catherine K. Guns. I've been in the firearms industry for about 15 years, and I became a firearms instructor maybe about 2010, I'm guessing. I have to look at the date, but yeah.
A couple years back.
Yeah. What all inspired that was I took a CWP course, and I learned more in that 4-hour course than I did in all the years' experience of handling firearms, and that's where we are today. And so, JR, tell us a little bit about yourself.
I'm JR. I've been around firearms since I was about 10 years old when my great-grandfather taught me how to shoot firearms in West Virginia. I got my first license to conceal permit in Massachusetts when I was 21. I currently hold one here in Florida. I am currently a NRA certified instructor. I'm a range safety officer, and I'm also the manager at R&R Firearms.
Very cool.
Yeah.
All right, so we got a few things that we're going to say. It's always important every time that you handle firearms, you think of these things. But just to let you know, we are trained.
We are professionals.
So don't try this at home.
home.
So some of the safety rules that we want to cover would be always keep your firearm pointed in a safe direction.
And always keep your finger off the trigger until ready to shoot.
And always keep your gun unloaded until ready to shoot. There's some other instructions that you probably should always think of when you're handling firearms too, like Jeff Cooper's version of know what's beyond your target.
Absolutely, because your bullet can travel much further than which target is, and so you need to know what you're shooting at and what's behind the target.
Absolutely.
Without a doubt.
So today's product review is going to be UTAS's UTS-15 Ultimate Tactical Shotgun. So here's our gun of the week. So I think we're still
and
on.
we're waiting for our commercial here for the
So the additional subjects
shotgun
that we're going to cover today is also going to be politically speaking with President Obama at $1.1 billion. He's asking the Department of Justice. And then we're also going to cover the current events of the warning shot. So next is Gun of the Week. So this week's product sponsor is UTAS, a Turkish company specializing in firearms. That is one hot shotgun.
Yes, it is. It's a great-looking gun.
So it was voted Gun of the Year by NRA's American Rifleman magazine in 2006 and in 2007. It is made of 100% polymer, and the UTS 15 is available at R&R Firearms store and a retailer near you. So
Yes, it is, Kay. And I believe we do have Ted from UTS on the line with us via Skype video, and he's going to tell us a little bit about the UTS 15.
Wow.
There it is.
Thanks for having me on.
You're welcome. Thanks for coming on.
That particular gun was a project that was handed to us by Smith & Wesson back in 2006 and 7. We were manufacturing the shotgun line for Smith & Wesson, and they gave us the challenge to come up with the ultimate police shotgun. They wanted it to be less than 30 inches long and hold at least 12 rounds and be under 7 pounds in weight, and a few other things thrown in.
And I think you beat all that. You got 15 rounds, and I believe it's under 6 pounds, isn't it?
Right. We exceeded in all categories. It's 6.9 pounds without all the accessories put on. And it's in 28 and a half inches overall length. But it does have an 18 and a half inch barrel with that bullpup design. To get to the weight, keep the weight down, we had to use a lot of polymer in this gun, and we had to go back to polymer scientists on some really specific polymers that they developed for us to be able to make a firearm out of that. So yeah, it's got a lot there. There's magnesium also. We use a magnesium injection molding for the top rail and the monoblock. But the receiver itself is actually a polymer. So I don't know what else to tell you. It's 15 rounds.
So
it alternately feeds off of each magazine. 2 magazines on top, all 7 rounds apiece, and then 1 in the chamber makes 15.
Makes 15. And I noticed earlier when we were using it, it does have an indicator of tells you how many shotgun shells you have in it.
Mm-hmm.
I believe it lights up white when so you can tell that there are shells in there, which is a nice little feature. I think you mentioned there is a selection switch, which is nice. You can switch back and forth between the 2 tubes. So if you want to put birdshot in one tube and slugs in the other, you can select which tube you want to fire. Or you can keep it in the middle and go back to back, or alternating tubes, which is a great little feature, I thought.
I think what another really awesome feature would be is that it shoots 2.5, 2 3/4, and 3-inch Magnum ammunition. And if I'm not mistaken, even if you put the 3-inch Magnum, if you put the 3-inch in, it holds 6 rounds, right? In each tube. That's pretty awesome.
So that would be a total of 13. So you only lose 2 rounds for 3-inch mags.
That would be 12.
That's right. Yeah.
And 1 in the, yeah.
6 on each side and 1 in the tube. So
one
it's
in the tube.
13 total.
All right. That's pretty cool.
Lucky number 13.
I like that. I also like the fact that it has a threaded barrel on it as well. We had a question when we first started that out. What are the really? You can change these out with the accessory that comes with that.
Correct. It comes with a regular choke, I believe, and then it has the tactical choke. It also has an extended tube, and if I'm not mistaken, you said there's what's the thread to use off aftermarket chokes?
Yeah, we developed that laser and spotlight. The laser is fully adjustable, and the spotlight is a point of impact spotlight. So whatever is within that center beam of that light is where the pattern impacts.
That's pretty awesome. Why don't you actually show a demonstration of what that light and laser looks like?
Sure.
We're going to show that right there on the back screen.
So it also has a laser, which
has,
is pretty cool looking. This one is stock. This one has the green laser. The red laser is also available, and we have the light with laser, which is nice for a tactical situation at night. As you seen in the video earlier, that the police were using the They were using both the red laser and the tactical light, which is a nice little thing. And it's right here, right at your finger, so it's very accessible. A lot of your accessories, it's in an odd place and not easy to turn back on and off. But this gun here, it's in a great location. And the safety is in a great location too.
Yeah, so this actually has a lot of advantages that most shotguns don't have. It has a really nice Picatinny rail with really adjustable sights on here, it looks like, and also where you can put other optical sights on it. And the stock sits up really nice with the pistol grip, so you're able to access those buttons that you need, either turning on the light or turning the safety on. And then I believe right underneath here is right behind the pistol grip, right on the buttstock, you're able to give it a full stroke on to pump it so that you're able to put another round in. And that's really nice.
Exactly, Kay.
I like the simplicity of it, and yet there are so many options with it. On this particular model, too, it looks like they have the two-point sling where one is on the stock and also adjusted on the Picatinny rail. Just a real work of art here. I'm really impressed with a shotgun like this.
And Ted, is there a way to extend the stock? I had a couple people, I was showing off the gun this week, and they were asking if there's a way to extend it.
No, actually, there isn't. What we're doing now, we're always trying to improve things and be innovative. We're working on our semi-automatic model that uses that UTS-15 basic platform. But we were working with some Navy SEALs, and this particular gun that we're developing is going to be in full military specification, and it will also have an adjustable stock that pulls out.
But there's no add-on after accessory stock right now that we can add on to it?
Well, we don't have at this time.
Okay.
But hopefully we're going to be able to develop that for this gun as well.
Gotcha.
What kind of colors do these guns come in? Is it just black?
No, we have two different other colors of polymer. We have a desert brown color, and then we have an OD green.
Oh, wow. I'm
then,
very
of course,
excited.
there's a whole bunch of different camouflage models also.
Awesome. I'm very excited about it. So these actually you can pick up at R&R Firearms. So you can also...
Yes, you can, Kay.
Oh, that's absolutely fabulous.
What's the most popular color that sells?
Black.
The black?
But of course. I like that.
I mean, you're not allowed your turkey hunters to buy any camo?
No, but we do use a turkey hunting. In fact, we took a bunch of outdoor riders last year to Oklahoma on a turkey hunt. And we co-opted with Federal Ammunition and EOTech and put their EOTech halogen sight on there and actually converted these guys over, even sold a couple of these outdoor riders these guns for turkey hunting because they're small and compact and easy to move around when the turkey's coming in behind you, that kind of thing.
Gotcha.
Get the gobblers. Hey, turkey hunting is not easy to do. They're pretty smart out there.
No, it's not.
Oh, wow. So...
It's an exciting looking gun, and I'm anxious to get out and try it out in the field. And I do a lot of rabbit hunting in New Hampshire and Maine, and I look forward to actually bringing that out there and try it on some rabbits, on some bunnies.
Yeah.
See how they can take 15 rounds.
Well, I tell you what, we have a Facebook page as well, and we have your the tactical shotgun on there as well. We also have a free gun giveaway if you like our page. And
yep, if you like the R&R Facebook page, which you can find at www.rrfirearms.info. That'll bring you right to the Facebook page. You can also find the K Gun Show Facebook page at www.thekgunshow.com. You can always watch us live and see our previous episodes at www.thekgunshow.tv. This will be our first episode, but all our future episodes and anytime we're live, you can find us right there by going to Talk Loud Studios website or our website at thekgunshow.tv.
That's awesome. And if you wanted to call in and ask any of our guests a question or even us, the phone number would be 813-440-6570. Again, that phone number is 813-440-6570. We are actually live And I also wanted to talk about the Second Amendment needing our voice and becoming a member of the NRA and then going out and buying that shotgun. So to become a member of the NRA, all you have to do is contact an NRA certified firearms instructor, that being
Either one of us.
Yeah.
And either one of us can get you a discount on the NRA membership. So feel free to give us a call or send us an email. You can reach Kay at thekgunshow.com, or you can reach me at jr@thekgunshow.com.
Yeah. You could also go to their website, which I think it's $35 for the year, but they're running specials too. They just sent me an email where you can actually get a really cool duffel bag, which I really like the gun bags when they send out free gifts and stuff. So, and then the classes, if you want to become a concealed weapons permit holder, or what are the other classes? Do you offer other ones besides concealed carry permits? I think you mentioned Eddie Eagle?
Yep, we do the Eddie Eagle program. In fact, I did that this afternoon. We were down at the St. Petersburg PAL, which is the Police Athletic League, and we did our Eddie Eagle program for a few kindergartens and first graders. And we'll actually be down there tomorrow doing it for second and third graders. So yeah, we offer the Eddie Eagle program free of charge to the community that wants us to put it on. And the Eddie Eagle program is just a safety course to children from third grade down to pre-K that basically teaches the kids, if they come across the gun, to stop, don't touch, leave the area, and tell an adult. Very neutral program. It doesn't say guns are good, doesn't say guns are bad. It just basically reminds the kids of safety and not to touch that gun when they find a gun in a place that they shouldn't find one.
Wow. Ted, do you have any input on that?
I beg your pardon?
Do you have anything to say about the becoming a member with NRA, or the firearm safety courses offered? Because I know that you guys really did build this for the Smith & Wessons. They were looking for the ultimate tactical shotgun. So safety, I think, was also something in mind when you were, when you're clearing and sweeping, places where you shouldn't be anyways. But, I really think that design is really smart on being able to do that. Do you have anything to say about that?
Well, of course, I'm an NRA Life member, and I used to work for the NRA.
Oh, that's
Nice.
absolutely awesome.
And so, yeah, it's one of those things. It's you talk about safety all the time and trying to get kids to appreciate that these guns are dangerous, and they do need to be trained, and they do need to know how to handle a gun before they ever pick one up.
Absolutely.
And that's the responsibility of us adults to make sure that happens.
Absolutely. Do you know, I've even taught them as young as 5 years old.
Yes.
I really honestly have. If they can show me the competency of understanding it, I'm willing to teach the safety aspect of it. And
Well, talking to the kids today, a lot of kids have picked up their parents' gun with their parents' supervision and have shot the gun. So I was very happy to hear that some of the parents were teaching their kids younger. And I think the earlier you teach your kids, the safer your kids are. Because if you're not teaching your kids the proper procedure and how to handle a firearm and not to handle one when there's no adults, the child will come across the firearm at some point in time in its life. And if they know nothing about the firearm, kids are curious, they're going to pick it up.
oh yeah, I know I was curious.
They watch TV, they see everything on TV, and they will pick up that firearm.
Yeah.
and
So that's
it's safe to give 'em.
education absolutely is key. I totally agree with you, Ted, on that education is key with that, because I think without that lack of without that knowledge, there's a lack of responsibility as well. So it's absolutely amazing that people misinterpret because they don't understand or they don't get the education for it. So I definitely highly recommend it. And not only that, it'll improve your skills. Once you understand and make all the connections of why we do this and how we do it, it started out with me even doing competitions, which I really enjoyed doing.
Absolutely. And Ted, I definitely like the fact that the first thing in your user manual is how to check the gun to see if it's unloaded or not. I believe some people forget about that, because every time you pick up a gun, you should check the gun to see if it's unloaded, so you know if it's loaded or unloaded. And that's the first thing in your user manual that tells you what to do, is how to check the firearm to see if it's unloaded. And on this particular gun, it's very easy. This pops up here. You can look down the tubes, and see that they're unloaded. And you can also see the main tube, that nothing's in the main tube.
Yeah, that's awesome. And in fact, even before when we brought this in here, we had another person verify, which was excellent because it's very simple. The guy had never handled a shotgun before or anything, so we laid it on the table and asked him to verify, and he was able to do that
Absolutely.
with great ease.
Which is a great feature. You know, you can visually see that there is no shotgun shells in this firearm, which is great. Not only do you have the indicator, but you can also physically look, which is a great option. And some of your normal pump shotguns, it's hard to tell if it's unloaded without pumping it a bunch of times to see if any shells pop out. So great little feature.
Another huge advantage with that is that it's easy to clean.
That's absolutely right.
It's awesome. I can't thank you enough for. You're in the product development area of this. I honestly. Thank you, hands down, thank you for developing something as just absolutely amazing as this. I never even had thought of something like this kind of a layout. We've always had under-overs, side by sides,
Yep.
but this is just genius.
Yeah, it's a great looking shotgun, and I can't wait to use it this weekend. I have a farmer that's going to let us come out and shoot up a bunch of milk cartons, so we should have a good time, and we're going to check this thing out, see how well it shoots. And from what I've seen online, from the people I've talked to that have shot it before, they love the gun.
Do I smell a live shoot?
Yeah, it's very well possible. You never know.
That's awesome. Wow. So, Ted, I wanted to thank you. We're going to go ahead and let you go so you can go on about your day and get things done. But I really, really appreciate having you tonight.
One last question for you, Ted. Do you have an ETA on the semi-automatic?
We're going to try to get it out this year. We're
Really?
into the prototype stage right now. I'm our chief designer, and so we're working hard on this. And we actually shot the prototype today,
Nice.
and we're now fooling with the extractor on it.
Nice.
So we've got a ways to go, but with all the testing and everything else, maybe by the fourth quarter this year.
That sounds great.
That's excellent. Fourth quarter, we're looking forward to it.
As soon as it's in production, you got to send us one so we can take a look at it and get you back online here and we can talk about it?
Okay, absolutely. Well, thank you very much for having me on.
No problem. Thank you, Ted.
Alrighty, so now we're going to go into politically speaking. Obama asked for $1.1 billion to protect Americans from gun violence.
We're going to take a little break before we get into that President Obama request so we can take our breath because that's going to be a hefty note. And
oh, yeah.
we need a break before we start talking about
That's
President
right.
Obama.
So y'all get prepared. Wow, excellent commercial. Every time I see that, I get excited. That is absolutely amazing. The UTS-15 shotgun. So now we're going to cover some politically speaking. President Obama has requested $1.1 billion to protect Americans from gun violence. That actually requires background checks from all gun sales.
Which we have background checks for every gun sale out there, with the exception of private sellers. And we don't want to limit the private sellers to do a background check. I don't want to have to run a background check every time I sell a gun. Every time I buy a gun for my father or one of my relatives. As family members, we switch guns all the time, and to run a background check every time, that doesn't make sense.
Well, here's the thing, and when you really, really think about it, if the bad guy can't get the gun, then he wasn't supposed to have the gun to begin with. So I don't understand how, if he's going to try to buy a gun from a legal seller, how he could get past it anyways. The laws are so strict on it. So he's already doing something shady to begin with.
Right, exactly.
And so it's really kind of hard to stop it from there because the bad guys just never follow the rules. So he's just
making new laws is just going to make the honest citizens have bigger troubles buying guns. Whenever you hear about a gun violence happening, you ask that person, where do you buy the gun? And he bought it on the street from another buddy or something. He didn't buy it
that wasn't supposed to have it to begin with either.
Exactly. He didn't buy it through a dealer.
Yeah, and then I think the other cases were mainly because of mental disabilities. That they weren't supposed to have the guns to begin with either. They could never go to a store and buy a gun.
Correct.
Yeah.
That's one of the questions on the question form is, are you mentally stable? And if you answer no, it's not going to happen. And the salespeople can pick up because we can deny sales to anybody out there that we suspect that they shouldn't have a gun, even though they can lie on the application. We can pretty much pick up if their gun is going to the right person or not. And there's a 3-day waiting period. So unless you have a license to conceal, you got to wait 3 days. So you can't come in all huffy puffy and buy a gun and go out and commit a crime. That very rarely happens anymore.
Yeah, in fact, I remember several times of me actually, when I was watching them as they're filling out the form, I'm studying their demeanor too, because actually a firearms salesperson has the right to deny them.
Absolutely.
Even if they pass the background check, you can still deny them because just something doesn't seem right.
Absolutely.
And that was up to me to, when I was selling firearms.
One of the biggest things we deny people, 2 people will come in. The one person will ask all kinds of questions about the gun, and he'll talk about it, he'll touch it, and have all the questions by it. And then the other person will fill out the paperwork and try to buy it.
Yeah,
and
straw purchase.
Yeah, right there okay, that's not happening. You're buying that for him. And so we'll cut that sale right off the bat. The person asking all the questions is the one that needs to fill out the paperwork.
Absolutely, and it's not like we're so eager to sell the gun because there's not much of a profit to be made on them, to be quite honest, and it's very hard to acquire the FFL licensing.
Correct.
So it's not like we're willing to risk that licensing for that kind of a deal.
Absolutely.
So we're actually very responsible when it comes to firearm sales. The second thing I wanted to cover was Florida's warning shot bill, which is actually a really great bill.
Yes, it's a great bill for Florida. A lot of good things about it. One of the good things about it is it's actually arming our teachers. It gives the superintendent permission to take teachers, put them through the proper training, and let them arm themselves during the classrooms. So, our classrooms are going to have armed teachers in it, and, that's going to cut down the violence. Nobody's going to take on a school that they know there's going to be guns in the school.
Absolutely. Do you see anybody trying to rob any place that has armed security?
Correct.
A courthouse? I just don't see that happening.
Whenever there's armed security, the crime rate goes right down. Criminals look for gun-free zones to rob and to take advantage of because they know there's no guns on it. And so we're going to change the school from a gun-free zone to an armed zone, and that's going to be a good thing.
Yeah, see, they're just nothing more than bullies, and they're looking to gain leverage. And if they're evenly matched, they're not gaining leverage in any situation. So the state Senate gave the final approval on Thursday to a bill that will allow gun owners to fire warning shots to ward off attackers in dangerous situations. Lawmakers voted 32-7 to send the bill to Governor Rick Scott to be signed into law. And backers said that the law was needed because currently a person who fatally shoots an attacker could be acquitted under the state stand your ground law, while a person who merely fires a warning shot could be sent to jail. Any input on that?
Well, it's a great law. If you have the opportunity to do a warning shot and the criminal runs away and, that's a great opportunity and great nobody dies because of the incident. But for you to go to jail because you fired a warning shot, where if you just shot him and killed him and you went free, doesn't make much sense. So It's a great law, and I'm pretty confident Rick Scott's going to sign that bill into law. He's definitely for gun rights, and he's actually been trying to get the open carry law back. So I'm pretty confident he'll sign that law into bill.
Awesome. So this show was brought to you by sponsors and advertisers. You can also become a sponsor and advertiser for us or with Talkwad Studios. It is also brought to you by R&R Firearms. And then if you want to actually become a talk show host or a guest, all you got to do is contact talkwadstudios.com. That's www.talkwadstudios.com. And then What's up for next week?
Next week we have Michael from MSB Concealment Holsters. He's coming to us. He'll be live in the studio. He makes custom holsters for us, and he's going to be here with us showing off his product. So join with us next week at 8 o'clock.
Awesome. You guys have a great night out there. Thank you so much.
See you guys next week.
This program was brought to you by the Internet Broadcasting Organization, setting the standard for new media broadcasting.